Kajingalang juga Kynhun Myntri hakani kasni palai kala shem ya karai baka Meghalaya Board of School Education kan Pyndonkam no dakikot Ncert na du kasamoy long school kabanwan. Kaba pentip ya kani hadian kajingalang juga Kynhun Myntri na kalyang Myntri rangba kejela konrat ke sangma ulaong ba ularai ru bai kita gikot puli Ncert in Pyndonkam na du class 1 hadu class 10.
We had a cabinet meeting today. And there were 4 important decisions that were taken by the cabinet. A proposal for adaptation of Ncert textbooks based on certain modifications in certain subjects will be done by MBOS from now on, and this decision has been taken, and by that I mean in the coming academic year the process is going to start. And we will see this adaptation taking place as we move forward. But immediately, the cabinet decision that has been taken today is to allow the adaptation of the Ncert textbooks with necessary modifications from class 1 to class 10. And there are certain schools that are in local language, in vernacular language, the classes are taught. For them, from class 1 to 5, the adaptation or the necessary changes in the language will be done. And once the translation and language is done, then the adaptation will take place. Let me just go into the background of why this is important. This is important because we have a concern in the overall education system, and after doing thorough research and consultation with different stakeholders at different levels in the education system, we have come to the conclusion that most of the textbooks that are being used in MBOS, especially when it comes to these 3 standardized subjects, which is science, English and mathematics, the books are not at the standards of the national level, and hence to improve the overall quality of the textbooks, we are adopting this. That's number 1. Also, number 2, that in terms of the learning outcomes at the elementary stage, the textbooks that we are using currently are not in conformity with that particular aspect, and hence to bring us in line with the learning outcomes at the national level, we are changing this textbooks. And this changing of the textbooks will also lead to a reduction in the number of textbooks being used at the different class levels. Just to give an example to you, that under the MBOS right now for class 1, 2 and 3, there are 11 textbooks that are recommended. But under Ncert, there are only 4 textbooks. So hence the number of textbooks will go down drastically. In fact, for class 5, if I recall from the presentation, there were 17 textbooks under MBOS, whereas for under Ncert, it is below 10. It is about 8, 9 something. So therefore, there will be a large reduction in the number of textbooks that will be used. There will be increase and improvement in the quality of the content that will be imparted to the students. It will be in conformity to a large number of requirements at the national level, including the learning outcomes. And hence, this process is being done. And this also is being done in a larger scale, keeping in mind the state curriculum, SGF they call it. So that particular SGF, state curriculum also, the amendments to those, or rather the drafting of those aspects will also be taken up. And we will ensure that the curriculum also is adapted to the national curriculum, and with, of course, necessary adaptation to local contents, because we are very, very clear as a cabinet that the subjects in which we require local knowledge, local content based on our culture, based on our history, and based on our uniqueness, all these aspects should not be diluted. And hence the subjects where these matters, the subjects are there, we will take necessary steps to adapt the NCERT content and come out with our own textbooks, but the content will be based on the NCERT norms and standards. We expect that in the first phase, we should be able to implement things by the next academic year. And in the next to next academic year, we will see almost most of the reforms being implemented. And hence, this is a massive exercise and a very big decision. And hence, all the stakeholders, including the DERT and the MBOS and the teachers and different schools, have all been taken on board. And we are going ahead with this particular decision.